So this is Baruch here at the Tikkun Elevator Kola. Let me see if we can get this out of the glare so much and make it easier to read. This is really important sefer because it has a lot of very fundamental things that we need to know about prayer. It just depends on whether or not you're a person that really wants to try to get the ear of the Almighty. If you need to, if you want to, try to get close to Him. And that's what we're doing in all these shiurim, and we're really exploring what's out there. There's so much, and so little of it is taught. So here we are in the drasha Tetivah Kavanos, Shar Kavanos, Mikan Maskil Seder Shabbos Shinoi Tefillah. So this is prayer changes in prayers, meaning within prayers themselves, different places in the prayer, and also between times of the day, different holidays, and so on and so forth. We're going through all of these things. So now we're going to come over here on page Kaf Tas, is where we left off, and we're going to read just right now in this year, to start with, a Shinoi Acher. We're going to read the top. It says, here's another change, Sheyesh Ben Shachras, which we find between Shachras, in which he said that you close your eyes at that time. He mentioned the fact also that you should place your hands when you see all the mistakes that people are making, but it's cultural to a great extent. But the Ari thinks that we should be placing our hands, the left hand over our heart and the right hand on top of the left hand, in order to try to sweeten the dinim that are on the left. The mincha gets worse. The mincha also the same kind of idea. We close our eyes, both in chakras at mincha, but only in the Shmona Esrei. At nighttime, but Arvis, though, he says that you should keep your eyes closed all the time. I haven't really got the idea. He brought in the idea of Leah and Rachel. Rachel has no eyes unless she's lined up with Zir Anpin, and at nighttime she's not there at all. So let's go over here. So now we're talking about the Chatzos, that the Yichud that takes place at Chatzos Laila. Now I have a feeling that we're going to have some real help for me in some of my understandings in this Torah. So let's understand. He says that the zivug, that is the yichud of Zachar v'Nog, that takes place in the morning, which is what we're trying to do, hu min Yaakov and Rachel. That yichud takes place between Yaakov and Rachel, as we had said that Rachel goes down into the lower worlds, but she comes back at chakras. So he says, this is a yichud between Yaakov and Rachel. And this yichud takes place from the chazad Zer Anpin and Lamata. And we drew some drawings over there to give you an idea of the relationship of where Rachel is located. V'chatam hu muvan. So this reason why this is taking place in the morning, it's understood. He says, Kamo shemavor etzleinu, has been explained by us, be'inyan atzilus Yaakov and Rachel, in the way that Yaakov and Rachel were created. Shehem Lamata min achaza the Zer Anpin, because both of them, that is Yaakov and Rachel, are from the chaza ulamata, going downwards from the chest of Zer Anpin. Need I show you this again? Give me a second to get myself together. I'll show it real quick. So let me make a little bit helpful drawing here, and we're going to make ourselves a small Zer Anpin. Just see this, and we're just going to put the letter Z here for Zer Anpin. Too much writing gets a little confusing. So Zer Anpin is from the top to the bottom. Let's say he's 10 spheros. He's actually 9 spheros, but we'll say we add the Malchus and that makes 10. So Zer Anpin is from the top to the bottom. Let's say this 10 spheros. And this is his chest. From the chest, going downwards, we find his mate. She's on the left. This is the place of Rachel. In the front, and this is the front of Zer Anpin. Let me get a different color. This is the front. We find Yaakov. Now, just that's all we have to need to know about this, is that this is Rachel, this is Yaakov. There's the position. There's a whole head of Zer Anpin in which they are not related to it. Okay, so that's a little detail in there. Let's see what I could do with the rest of this. So now we're back over, where was I? I was up here. So he says, let's pray. Binyan Atzilus Yaakov and Rachel. Where are they placed? Shehem Lamata min achaza the Zer Anpin. They're below the chest of Zer Anpin. Right? Here's Zer Anpin. Here's the chest of Zer Anpin, and they're located from the chest going downwards. Let's see if I got that right. And the reason why is because the yisod of ima mispashet ad achaza. Now, we had said several times that Ima comes into Zer Anpin from the head going downwards. Her Yesod is in the middle line. It carries within it the Das that's going to go to Zer Anpin. And it comes and it stops at the chest. So this is the principle that we want to teach, the Rav wants to teach us. That the lights that we find up above the chest, Bein Osam de Abba, whether they're lights inside of Abba, Bein Osam de Ima, or the lights that are inside of Ima, Heim Oros Mechusim Vestumim, they're lights that are covered over and closed. Now, I'll make another drawing, and we'll try to see if we can understand this. So let's take our friend Zer Anpin again. Let me see, where are we? Here we go. Zer Anpin. Remember how we said before that there is, and let me reiterate, these are not drawings that actually correspond to anything other than relatively to what the Rav is saying. So if this is Bina, right, and this is Zer Anpin, she is pouring into him on 3 lines, right, left, and center. Now, we could talk about this further, but the middle line is the line of her Yesod. This is her Netzach, this is her Hod, and this is her Yesod. We'll just do it like that. It's the best I could do. So this is supposed to be, I'll make this into, this is supposed to be a Nun, and this is just an English Y. So he said, or could be Yesod, whatever. So anyway, they're coming in to Ima, and they stop. That is, this Yesod stops at the chest. Opens everything up, and there is a flow that comes down below that is going to go into the Yesod and then ultimately into Malchus. The arrangements in space could be a little bit difficult to understand because there's no up and down, there's no right and left, no inside out that actually exists here. We understand everything in relative terms. So the Yichud is going to take place down below the chest of Zer Anpin. That's the Yichud of Yaakov and Rachel. Now let's go on and let me see if I can pick us up again. V'lechein, ha'oras ha'shechel ha'mala. Let me get this thing screwed up a little bit. Going back, he says, so where was I? So he said, "V'lechein ha'oras ha'shechel ha'mala min ha'chaza," the lights that are up above the chest. Bein osim de Abba, bein osim de Ima. Now, Abba and Ima ride together, but you only see Ima because she's on the outside. So he says that these lights up above in this area, let me see if I can show it to you with my pencil. Since the light is closed up, it only reveals itself at the chest. Everything that's up above is called the situm, or it has different words for it, but it's all closed up light. It's tremendous potential, but it's not released. So that's what he's saying here, and I'll try to read it again. Heim oros mechusim v'stumim, so therefore they're covered over lights and closed. Aval lamata min hachaza, but when you go down below the chaza, and that's what I was trying to show over here, is that when you go, there's an opening there. And the Yesod of Ima opens up. So he says Bein Ima heim oros mechusim v'stumim, aval lamata min hachaza, below the chest, Shenishla v'nipsach Yesod de Ima, which is where the Yesod of Ima stops. Nizgalo ha'oros de Abba, then you see the lights of Abba are revealed. V'lechein Yaakov yochel la'aso sham keneged shekenegdo mibachutz. So therefore you now have a revelation of lights. The lights of the male aspect, which are the lights, the most pneumistic lights, are the lights of Chochmah, which is called Abba. And those lights are going to shine towards the front. So he's keneged mibachutz. Hihu na'asem oris Abba. So therefore Yaakov is made out of the lights of Abba, and the light of Abba shines towards the right, to the light to the side of Yaakov. V'Rachel, gam hi nitnesham, she's also there, and she opens up all the mochin that are coming from the Yesod are coming out her. Keneged oros de Ima, and she's corresponds to the lights that come in from Ima. Hihi na'ases mehem, because she's made out of the lights of the left side. And so there, let me just see if I could go back to another drawing that would just sort of let us understand. The lights on the right side are blue. They come from Abba. The lights on the left side, they're red. They come from Iman. Now, we're talking about Zer Anpin. And the middle line, which wants to try to push itself over towards the right, it wants to bring the left towards the right, that's in the middle between these two forces, which is the force of Abba and the force of Iman. Now, we're going to get into this more, and I just thought this might be a little bit helpful. If it is, let me know. If it's not, let me know. And we'll try to keep doing a better job. This is Baruch Fleischman, and I'm at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel. Let's get a rise out of it.